Oh, hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? This is a little bit of a mishmash. I got a couple movie reviews. I want to talk a little bit of a weather update. I guess what the meteorologists were talking about what happened Thursday night. Well, all of Thursday into Friday, but it didn't happen too much into our Friday. Was a bomb cyclone, and we had like a foot of snow. Very, very heavy snow. It was really tough to shovel, believe me. It was like all really messed up, and when it started melting Friday, it was like a big brown soup. Yeah, I moved some out into the street, and it would automatically turn brown. It turned like a gravy or something, and then right around the beginning of the driveway and stuff like that, you'd sink in through the slush. And then I found out from my niece, I mean, they had stuff on the news about, like, people having severe flooding all over. New York is still snowing in New York. Because we got about a foot of snow. It's really cold right now. It's like freezing, like, what's the temperature right now? Let me go look. So this is all done live. But this is also a movie review. You see, Cranesville weather. I'm going to do the weather update first, then do the movie review. Yeah, 31 degrees right now. Because it's kind of cool. You can look right up and it says 31 degrees with a low of 21. For right now, it's 31. And then it's supposed to not get much warmer. Tuesday, it's supposed to be 41, a high of 41. That's about it. Pretty much staying in the 30s and 20s, so it's going to be cold for a while as opposed to the warmth we had with highs in like that last Tuesday, like 70, which was insane. But we had highs in like 58, you know what I mean, degrees. But now it's going to be cold for a long time now. And they've had people still snowing, but my niece was saying lots of power outages because of heavy snow on the wires would cause the wires to down electrical wires. And I talked to my niece last night. She said that Lake City, Girard, and Fairview were having, like, they probably want another day before their power gets turned on. I'm lucky I didn't have a power outage at all, so that was really good. Our snow was really heavy. It's pretty much off the trees now, but you still got some on the roof. It looked like it might be melting a little bit just because of the sun, but it's still really cold out, 31 degrees. So that's it. I thought I'd mention that. Also about the Szechuan sauce video, I was checking. I forgot to mention this on the video. Joey said like there were like packs being sold for like that. I think he's exaggerating a little bit. On eBay, I saw people selling the packs for like $20 a piece. It ain't worth no $20 a piece. Just go to your local McDonald's if you find it not. It's not like it's the end of the world, believe me. And then I think Amber said it's kind of like a hoisin sauce, or Joey said you can just go to the market and get buy hoisin sauce. They're pretty much the same thing if you like eating sauce, but it is a good sauce, so but I want to kill yourself to go get it. Okay, now let's go to movie reviews. I'm going to review two movies, Beyond the Gates and American Pie 2. I want to start with Beyond the Gates. Now, Looper has been doing things about like gems on Netflix you might not have seen, which is really cool because a lot of times movies get lost in the shuffle on Netflix. A lot with my Roku, it's really when you have to search for titles. They have like new release or summer, and they only have a list of 50. Now, sometimes my sister has it on her Apple TV. My sister had the better search engine for Netflix, at least in my opinion. The search thing for the ones on Netflix isn't as good, at least in my opinion. I mean, it's pretty good now. What they do for Amazon, the Amazon one is pretty cool for Amazon Prime. That search for that's not as bad. But Beyond the Gates is basically this. They started. It's supposed to be a throwback to '80s nostalgia, and they show like stuff from the '80s, like this father's with his two kids, and he decides to open a video rental place. Pretty big one. And then it starts off, I mean, that part is like intro thing. And then it has a great, I love the opening sequence Well, I mean that was the opening title sequence. They pushed like a tape says Beyond the Gates in the VCR, and it's open up at the top, and you have a great theme song, which is also used at the end. I love the theme music for this; it's fantastic. And they show like the inner workings of a VCR, and they show like all the gears moving and the tape moving throughout, the tape heads and stuff like that, and all the things that read the tape. That was really neat. I liked that really well. And then you see the two brothers that's in probably modern day times now, and place is being closed down because their father disappeared. And they said that their father he wasn't the great best father. He'd like disappear all these different times, and he wouldn't tell his kids. And the kids were trying to clean up the video store, and then they find this this game, this video VHS game. And VHS games, we actually had one. It was like a game that would be interactive with your VCR. It was kind of weird. We had one for Clue. And we bought it. I was really psyched about it. And then we couldn't understand how to play it. And my sister and I asked Dad to help. And Dad bought it. It was like 30, 35, 40 bucks. And which was a fortune back then, according to my dad. My dad tried to figure it out after 2-3 minutes, so I give up on it. You're on your own. So we never really played it that much. I remember on a snow day, which is when like school was canceled because of snow, we decided to watch the whole videotape. We really liked it. I still have it. I think I still have the box. With game pieces. I don't have the videotape. I don't have the videotape. My sister probably made off with it. Or my sister probably had it in her room or something, I bet you, while I was in the Army. I know that's what happened. And they got lost or thrown away or something. But it doesn't matter anymore. And that's the only VHS-related game. And they had other ones. They had Nightmare. Cause I remember seeing commercials for that. And they even had a commercial on the Looper thing. And I bought a DVD game called Let's Make a Deal. And they had DVD. I mean, and I had that for a while back. I bought that and then after that's the Let's Make a Deal in the early 2000s. And then I let my niece and nephew one, and they said that it didn't play on their DVD player. It's really weird, but I like that game too. And they had like a Price is Right one, but I didn't play that. I didn't get that. That's the only one I got for DVD. Well, anyways, this movie goes in and out. It said like there's like this DVD game called Beyond the Gates. You're trying to wonder where the dad went to, and you pretty much guess he got sucked into the game. And it's weird because they talk there, they play a little bit of the game, and then they go back normalized, play a little bit of the game, go back normalized. And a lady that's like the gatekeeper where they play is played by Barbara Crampton, a veteran of horror films of the 80s. And she was great in it. I thought she was fantastic in it. But the rest of the movie is so slow-paced. Nothing happens in it. I mean, they play a little bit. I mean, they have the two brothers, right? And they have them talking. And then all of a sudden they go about their business, and he goes out. Didn't even make any sense. It seemed like they had two beginnings to the movie. Well, I mean, two introductions. They had them there, and then they had. He goes with his girlfriend. His girlfriend goes to a bar, and then this guy comes in with this other guy and says, and he's kind of quiet. He says, "Who's that?" It's my brother. And the brother comes in, and the other guy, he's with this other guy, a friend. They're both kind of jerks. But they introduce the brother again. It's like they're trying to fill time. And then they go back to the store. They got to clean up some more. And then they find out about the game. And it's a little bit weird. But throughout the course, they play like a little second here, second there. You see Barbara Crampton said your dad's stuck in the game or something like that. But you have to play by its rules and stuff like that. They barely show any of that. They play like a second or two. And then they go about their normal lives. There's no urgency to it. And they had the nerve on Looper to compare it to Jumanji. Jumanji was awesome. Both versions were awesome. And the part that you thought was going to happen doesn't happen until like the last 13 minutes. And it's so lame. It's just like the same set with just a bunch of pretty lights. Now I know Fangoria was talking about, was bashing the Corpse Grinders. I remember seeing that ad for that back in, because I bought like this one book from a magazine from Fangoria for like video review books. They had like their own. It was like a bigger magazine, video back in '90 or '89 or '90, and they talked about it. And they said you can't really recommend a movie for pretty lights. You can't recommend this one, but the Corpse Grinders. I much rather see Corpse Grinders a million times more than see this. This was actually really boring. The characters, you didn't care about any of the characters. I like Barbara Crampton. She was cool. She was keeping the game. And it was just weird because she just stood there and she'd just wait for them to do something, then she'd respond. But I mean, usually in a VHS game, you'd have to pause it. You say this and then pause it for next instructions and stuff. It's really a boring movie. I mean, Barbara Crampton and the opening sequence with the inner work of the VCR and the music and they have the ending credits too are fantastic. That's the only really good thing. They have some good, decent gore in it whenever they do have it, but they have the most cliched killing of all time, and they do it twice. They rip a heart out through someone's chest. After it was done in a very high profile movie, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. It might have been done on Terminator too, but I mean, after it was done, that's one killing you can't do anymore. It's too cliched. Do any other killing, cut off a head or something like that. I mean, it's not as big of a deal, but ripping a heart through someone's chest has been done so. I mean, that's like a groaner. People are like, oh my god, horrible way to go, but it really sucked. And it was done by, I saw it on Netflix, so it didn't cost me anything. And I guess if you want to see it on Amazon Prime, you have to pay $3.99. Don't do it. It sucks. It's so boring. And it got 82% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know how the hell that happened. And then from critics it got 82%, and then the audience members, like 29% liked it from the audience. There certainly is a big disconnect sometimes between critics and... I don't know how any critic could like this piece of crap. Except for the parts I mentioned. No, it sucks really bad. It's really, truly awful. I give it a 1 out of 10 for wasting my time. The way they made it sound, Looper, they made it sound like it'd be a lot of fun. It's not fun at all. Except, I mean, in that beginning sequence, with the inner works of the VCR, and that music really sucks you in, and it's nothing. There's a movie from the 80s called The Gate. See that? That's really good. I think they did a sequel in early 90s called The Gate 2, and they're both really good. I highly recommend them more than this. See The Gate. If you want to see an 80s movie, see The Gate. The Gate's awesome. Not this piece of crap. And like I said, they had at the beginning, it was from IFC Midnight. And IFC Midnight is usually puts out really good stuff. First thing with IFC Midnight I have not liked. Usually they put out really good stuff, even if you don't like the Human Centipede. They did all the Human Centipede, but this was like a budget of $300,000. But I mean, the budget doesn't matter. It just sucked really bad. And whenever they did, I mean, nothing happens until like stuff kind of happens. But I mean, they do like some stuff in the game, like oh crap's breaking loose, and then they go about their normal lives. It doesn't make any sense. And then they go back to the game and stuff like that. It's really awful. It's really a bad movie. I get a 1 out of 10. Now, and the other movie I want to talk about is American Pie 2. Now, I remember hearing about it. American Pie got a lot of buzz when it first came out. And I saw the first one on HBO, if I'm not mistaken. And I liked the first one. I thought it was funny. I never saw any of the sequels. And then the American Pie 2, I get Netflix have some of the American Pie movies. I don't think they have American Wedding. I would love to see that one. American Pie 2, and it was weird. It came out in 2001, that long ago. Damn. I finally saw it. I asked my friend John about it. He said it was okay. And it's kind of okay, but I mean, it's much better than Beyond the Gates, or that crappy Cloverfield movie, or that Night World. Baseball's the guys, after like a year of college or something like that, and they're going to spend the summer. They go to the summer house. And I guess they take a job painting, which I think is stupid, but I mean, they had some funny comedy bits in it. I mean, it's not the greatest thing, but it's heart's in the right place. Much better than the other films. I give that 7 out of 10. I actually enjoyed it. It was cool, and it was kind of a retro. They had a lot of retro hits from the that time period, and they had a song "Smooth Criminal" by Alien Ant Farm. I actually really like that song. I think that song's kind of cool. The other songs, they were okay. I mean, they're just reminiscent of the time period. But I do like the Alien Ant Farm song "Smooth Criminal." I think that's a really cool song. I think the video is really cool for that too. So that was a 7 out of 10. So that's my movie review and updates and weather updates. So I hope you like this video, kind of a whole bunch of odds and ends and stuff. And I'll probably put this up now. So until next time, bye, please take care, my legion. Like I said, even the movie post for Beyond the Gate looks kind of cool, but boy, it's such a letdown. They could have done so much more. Keep it interesting. There's no urgency. I don't know how critics gave that 82%. The acting wasn't that great, except for Barbara Crampton, and they had like this guy from like this thrift store that kind of like someone from Oddities. I thought he was fine. He was good, but I mean, aside from that, it was real lame. I mean, I was really surprised. But so I hope you liked the video. Until next time, bye. Please take care.